on, babies.
What do you say? Hey, boys, welcome. And what do you say we go ahead and start the show? If you're looking for a laugh, check out the Cold Open after show for a rousing edition that ends with a classic Billy Badwords raise mom pussy joke. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and do some opening takes. And Bill, seeing as you're on a roll, why don't you get us started?
Hold on. No,
he doesn't have one. He doesn't.
No, I do have one, but I'm just trying to. Hold on. I'm just trying to look which way to go. So, like, the last couple of weeks, was one of my biggest fears was the Patriots were kind of front runners. And I thought Mac played well in the fourth quarter, but you dug yourself in a hole, and it was too big of a hole to kind of really dig yourself out of. It scared me a little bit, especially when Mac had his worst game of the year. And again, I know he looked better, especially in the fourth. He had a couple big drives, but again, lose by 10. It just kind of, I hope this isn't things to come. You've seen Patriots in this winning streak take teams out of their elements. They're playing from behind. Dallas, yeah, he made one good throw. I thought, to kind of take it back to overtime after the pick six, but still, that was a bad play on Dallas's part of defense. So I don't know, kind of worries me a little bit. They've been in this opportunity twice. I get it. Damian Harris fumbled against Miami in week one, but New Orleans too, they had a chance and they couldn't get it done either and bring them back after kind of being in a deficit. So it just worries me. And also you're 0-4 when Mac Jones has thrown 38 or more passes in a game. Not a good trend.
Raymond?
COVID's back. It sucks. The borders are closed again. Hockey's canceling games. NBA's canceling games. NFL has about 37 players that tested positive again and is COVID protocol today. When will it ever end? We never know, but this sucks. It's the best time of the year for bowl games, for playoff, NFL playoff, the NBA official start of Christmas Day. It looks like it's going to be in jeopardy. It just sucks. This is just one of the biggest downers of the year right now. It's just COVID coming back full force.
Kid works for me. Called me yesterday. He's like, "Hey, I got COVID." I'm like, "Fuck. All right. Thanks. Got to fucking." It's like 6
Welcome
o'clock
to the
last
club,
night,
dude. Everyone has COVID.
I know. Now I'm on the phone call. I got to call HR. I got to do all this other shit. And I'm like, okay, see ya.
Was that more of a depressing phone call or the girl that called you that said, "Hey, I have something"?
No, that's never happened.
You guys really took it down to some dark places. Christmas is around the corner. I've been doing my best to fight myself out of this negativity hole that Ray has been dumping on me for weeks now via text message chain. So allow me to give you some positivity. Bill, you probably don't remember this. I don't.
There's your positivity, bitch.
You get one, Bill. The next time, mute that
couldn't
shit.
come out better.
You disgusting pig. Bill, I don't think you remember this conversation. I barely remember it. Saturday night, both of us were living our best lives watching that game. But we had a conversation about the future of the Patriots in the AFC specifically. Here's a little prediction for you. AFC will be held by the Patriots by the end of season. Reason being, I still don't believe in the Chiefs. I think that was a fake win, as fake a win as you can get. The Chargers blew it. And that Colts game for the Patriots was not exactly what they needed. They probably should have won that, but they got their shit pushed in off of a bye week by a cocky ass team that has landed number one on Patriots homers shit list. If they were paying attention, they were tweeting fucking shit at them. They were talking shit at the game. Guys got ejected. The Colts came into that game like the little brother that wanted to pick on the big brother, and they did, and they won. And generally, good Belichick teams don't forget that, and they respond well from it. So I'll leave you on a positive Patriots take as we get into the show. That I believe that they will win out for the rest of the season. The Chiefs will blunder one time down the stretch, and you'll see a bye week here in Foxborough. How's that for some positivity?
I vaguely remember that conversation.
Well, your pussy ass didn't want to take the bet that we agreed on around midnight, so that's how much.
Hold on, explain. Now that I'm like coherent, I'm betting you. I'm taking the Chiefs, and you want 2-1 odds, right?
I want 2-1 odds with the field because they're the defending AFC champions and they're already in first place.
You said
fair.
The Patriots. You said the Patriots.
Okay, well, I don't think anyone else is getting in first place. Do you?
No, Tennessee losing.
Okay,
no,
there you go.
All
it's
right.
basically the Patriots and the Chiefs.
All right. I'll do it. I'll
Bet it's on camera. Obviously, we'll be getting into the Patriots Colts heavily most of the show. You'll get headlines with the obvious one, the mean obvious one, and you'll also we'll do a little Celtics, just a quick little Celtics segment. They had a decent-ish weekend even through COVID, and they are signing bums off the street to try and get through this COVID ordeal.
CJ Miles, I thought he retired 10 years ago.
He did.
He did.
He did. He's back. That'll be pretty much the show. We'll do a little bit of COVID talk maybe at the end just so we can end on a real light note, but mostly Patriots today. Welcome to the Simple Minds Sports Show. I have no calendar. Fat
21st.
Tuesday. Thank you, Bill. December 21st. I was going to have to backtrack from
Shortest day of the year.
Yep, you can tell.
Is this the winter solstice?
Good one,
Ray.
welcome to the show.
That's right. Speaking of, never mind. I'll ask you after.
If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, rate, review. If you're listening on the podcast, get your podcast anywhere. We are everywhere. Audacity, Apple, Spotify, Google. There's 1,000 places to get it. We're everywhere. Go to simplemindsportshow.com. There's some good stuff on there too. Whatever you do, just tell your friends. Share it with the masses, and share with them to go down to White Birch Brewing, the best craft brewing in New Hampshire, Nashua, New Hampshire. Ray, address please.
460 Amherst Street.
The good side of Amherst Street. Head on down there, get yourself a flight, get yourself a pint. Good time for beer drinking, especially if the Patriots do decide to continue losing. Go drown your sorrows away. Drown your COVID sorrows away. Go just collective Petrie super spreader event. Do that responsibly, please. If you can't get down there, if you want to stay home and avoid COVID, then get it at your local beer store, wherever you get it. Tell them the Simple Minds boys sent you. White Birch Brewing.
All right, real quick. What happened to you on Saturday, you prick?
Yeah, you just bounced. You had the Homer effect. They were losing bad at halftime and just went to bed.
No, I was watching the Celtics.
What a bitch.
And then I have this combo thing that I can like instantly pass out with. I took that, and that was night for me.
You just couldn't handle the Patriots?
No, they were playing like shit.
Dude, I was visibly angry.
I rewatched it on Sunday when I woke up, but
as the Homer of the panel, that is totally acceptable. As a host of a New England sports
I
podcast.
said I watched it.
That focused primarily on football.
I watched it
after me.
So
and
Bill and I will
bitching.
take the second half analysis on this one.
No, I can tell you. I can tell you everything that happened.
Oh my god!
Like shit.
It just made it worse for me because I had partied all Friday night, basically into Saturday, and played. Oh my god! I'm so angry, screaming at the TV, and I'm like, I have to leave. I was so angry. Just made absolute shit show. Let's get into overall takeaways here, but I'll just sum it up for you. Obviously, first quarter debacle, first half really a debacle. You get down 20-0 before you even score. It was turnovers and mistakes is really the story of this game, with maybe a sprinkle of Mac Jones' fourth quarter if you want to take some positivity out of it. But certainly, you could tell from the jump, the Colts just showed up with energy. The crowd was into it. They were into it. Felt like they had something to prove, and it felt like the Patriots were kind of, sleepwalking through a lot of that game. Mostly the first half, certainly this first quarter. So I'll throw it over to you, Raymond. In your 1.5 times watching it, what was your general takeaway from the game?
It reminded me of the first 4 weeks of the season. Just team that looked like they weren't themselves, that weren't gelling together, that looked like an inexperienced team. That offensive line looked like complete trash in the first half. They were getting at Mac Jones. They're stopping Ramadan and Ding Dong Stevenson. And Isaiah Wynn. Why the fuck is this guy on this fucking team? He had one tackle against his own fucking team against Ramadan Stevenson because N'Keal Harry was in there. He did that cut block. Stevenson had a nice little lane, and then all of a sudden you just see this big 200 or 300 pound man come and hit him. Oh yeah, that was our own guy, Isaiah Wynn. It was just a really bad game for that offensive line.
Dude,
it showed.
I was watching that play on my phone at the time because I was
what a fucking loser. What, your girlfriend?
I was in the middle. I was in the middle of a fucking Christmas party, you cunt. So I'm trying to watch it on my phone for a little bit. I have I was pretty fucked up on Saturday, so I was like, dude, did that really just happen? Rewind. Like I couldn't believe my fucking eyes. Oh come on, dude, that's like a butt fumble.
Yeah, I don't even know what he was looking for. You know, the Patriots run a lot of pulling stuff on the offensive line. Not that I'm trying to be fucking Greg Bedard here, but you said, right, N'Keal Harry doubles back, doubles down, and gets the cup lock inside line, and it looked like Isaiah Wynn wanted to try and pull, but he went directly backwards. Like, where are you
going?
Not the fact that he landed the tackle. It's just like, where are you going? Like, there's no one you're going behind. You're turned around, did a complete 180 to block your own fucking guy. Yeah, that they've had a couple plays like that. Bill, do you have anything more on that? Raymond, you just thought it was well, let me ask you this. So you thought it was more of the first 5 weeks of the season, call it. Do you think that is something more to come, or do you think that this is an albatross, something that is out of the ordinary,
yep.
and won't be, something that we see more with the rest of the season?
I mean, it's been kind of.
I think I asked Raymond.
That's why he explained what albatross was, because I didn't know.
You said Bill. You said my name.
He said Ray, but that's fine. So yeah, I think this is an albatross because I think this was just one of those things. If you heard Mac Jones after the game, he said that the practice was awful this week. He had a bad practice. The whole team had a bad practice. So hopefully this was just one blunder for the whole season. It lights a fire into their ass because this is a big weekend coming up against the Bills, and you can't play like that against the Bills.
Before you go, Bill, I'll let you go here, but it does not seem like the type of team for something like this, the snowball. And I don't think, look, the Patriots got outplayed technically, but I don't think that the Colts are a better team than them based on what I saw Saturday night. So yeah, I expect them to come out with their asses lit on fire against the Bills. And it might be one of the best things that happens to them moving forward, unless, they blew the first seed, which will be detrimental to their playoff hopes. But I don't know, piggyback off that wherever you want to go, and your kind of overall take of the game before we get into some of the other stuff.
Bill.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
Bill. Go ahead.
I think it's it's problems we've seen all year. Eight penalties. Those are creeping back up. They've gotten away with it again because defense has made some big plays. Mac hasn't really had a lot of bad plays, but third block punt, you're the only team with more than one in the league. I mean, that's huge right there. I mean, that's been a problem all year. So it's still issues that haven't been corrected from the get-go, but you've gotten away with it. Turnover battle, you lost. Usually you've been winning that in the last 7-8 games. You know what I mean? And this is all stuff that's corrected. Like, they're a better team than the Colts. I think I had them at a field goal. I thought the Patriots were close to a 3. I thought it pretty much all week. I mean, you had them where you wanted to, and you let Jonathan Taylor run right down your fucking throat. You had him right there. You had a timeout, the 2-minute warning, and you let him march right down your throat. So, I mean, you're in the game to the end. It's just bad plays. I mean, when you needed to stop the run, and you've seen it early in the year, Miami, New Orleans, two bad losses earlier in the season. What did you try to fight to do at the end of the game to get another possession? Was stopping the run. You had 8 guys in the box, even throwing the Titans, 8 guys in the box. They couldn't do it. And Taylor made one cut and was fucking gone. I mean, that's an issue that hopefully, like, again, you need to stop the run when they know you're ready to run. And their offensive line got manhandled.
What I think I'm hearing, and I agree with, is the team is just flat out not good enough to not come at 100% every single game against every single team. Their margin of error is so small based on what they have as a team right now, that if you show up with your head in your ass, you don't have enough to make up for that. And especially against a team like the Colts, and especially digging yourself a hole the way that you did on Saturday night. That being said, they did almost come out of it, which I think is an improvement from the beginning of the season. Because watching that game, I don't know about you guys, but I had an inkling like, oh shit, they turned this thing around. The second half was all Patriots. Carson Wentz threw for 58 fucking yards. Like, he sucks. Or the Patriots passing defense is really good. And I know that the stat line says 226 rushing yards for the Colts, but 67 of that came on that play from Jonathan Taylor. And, certainly we shouldn't take that away from him. It was a fuck up by the Patriots, but it's not like the Colts were gashing them all game. They had 2 good drives running the ball. So I thought, outside of the big mistakes, outside of the block punt, which you mentioned, Bill, that's 7 points. The interception, the first red zone interception from Mac Jones, that's, call it 3. That's a 10-point swing or a 14-point swing. Outside of those plays, you're winning that game. So But to the greater point, you can't. They can't do that, and I think they know that. I think they know the type of team they are, and that they need to be uber focused every single week, especially moving forward, if they want a chance to actually win and not come up short like Saturday and like the first couple of weeks of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it, kind of reminds you of the Red Sox, right? You need everything to go right for the Red Sox, and they go to the ALCS. There's a lot of talent here, but you can't have bad Mac Jones games. I mean, it all really starts with a quarterback. You're putting the ball in his hands, making him throw a lot. And again, you've been down in these losses. He's had to throw a lot. He hasn't been able to bring them back. But again, a lot of it, I think this game too, your defense played great in the second half, but Frank Reich got aggressive late in the game. They got the ball back in 9 minutes left. They had a 4 or 5 minute drive, and kicked it back. Patriots came down and scored. But again, on the last drive, they went for it on 4th and 1, I believe, right before the
they couldn't stop those quarterback.
They couldn't stop the quarterback sneaks, and it's Reich just being aggressive, and it's teams playing with balls. We always tell about back in the old dynasties is people playing scared when they come in. Teams playing scared when they come into Gillette. Now Frank Reich's at home. He saw it. And just went right at him. Carson Wentz is big fucking quarterback. Then it's the other chances, and that's why I'm fucking angry. I thought.
Can I talk to you about Frank Reich for a second?
Yep.
He called that the first touchdown that they had, the little end around there, the Patriots special, after he had the Philly special in the Super Bowl. This guy, this is why this fucking Colts team, right from the top down, Jim Irsay, what's the owner's name?
Jim Irsay.
Irsay, right? Yeah. Hey, Quentin, the fucking tool baggery from that goddamn organization never quits. And I'm telling you right now, Ray, you'll like this. If they see him again, if they see him in the playoffs, the Colts will get their fucking doors blown off.
It'll be a blowout.
Especially if it's at home here.
They're just that exact team to kind of get that coming to them. And I know that sounds stupid because the Patriots just lost and look like shit playing them, but just
put these cunts in the weather. I want to see a game with fucking rain,
and the other thing, Bill, Frank Reich has statistically the best first quarter in like NFL history or some crazy stat like that.
Scripted plays are great. Yeah.
Well, this is of course. I don't know if you guys read the email. Good job.
When did it come out?
You just watched that offense, and they had 2 good drives in the first half and a blocked punt, and that's 21 points. Right after that, I don't know. Looked like they were running some off tackle shit with Jonathan Taylor. I mean, Carson Wentz threw for 58 fucking yards, less than 50% passing and an interception. Like, that's not screaming Hall of Fame to me. I don't know.
No, but like you said, if they come here, that's going to be a bloodbath because this is all bulletin board material that they're giving out to you, calling it Patriots special and all shit like that. This team doesn't look like a great team. It doesn't look like a Super Bowl contending team. I think they just had the morale. They had the 8 win streak against them. It was just one of those things that was due. And yeah, the Patriots didn't show up. So once you're not showing up and the team's ready to fucking for blood, you're fucked.
I don't see a page naming a play after him is pretty typical for a lot of teams around the NFL. I mean, the Patriots,
the Philly special,
the Philly special, do the fucking Patriots versus Ravens. Those trick plays with the lineman was named Baltimore and Raven.
Belichick didn't come out in the press conference and tell it to reporters. They asked him about the play, and he said, "Yeah, I guess Frank Reich said it himself. Yeah, I guess we'll call it the Patriots special now." Like, though they were just riding a little high. Same with the Patriots. That's why they lost.
That's different though. But like, I see, I didn't see that shit. You think I fucking, as soon as that game was over, I called an Uber. Like, I need to get the fuck out of here.
Well, I'm telling you, Belichick didn't go up there.
I needed to go
and call the ineligible eligible receiver plays, Baltimore plays in the press conference after. Brady told him to go read the rule book, and guess what? That came back to fucking bite them in the ass too, didn't it? So, these things tend to happen in the NFL. All right, let's get to Mac Jones. Let's talk Mac in the game. A lot of people are calling it a cliche, quote unquote, rookie game, which is hard to say it wasn't.
That was a bad interception, dude.
Which one?
Yeah, the red zone.
Red zone one was
okay. Well, let's talk about the red zone one. That play was going to Hunter Henry, which, by the way, they scored 2 touchdowns on basically the same play later in that game. So yeah, rookie play. Certainly, if you watch the replay, what's the linebacker's name? Shit, I should know this.
Darius Leonard.
You can see him. He's blocked. Mac didn't see him. Literally didn't see him. I mean, he was behind the offensive line. Probably should have knew he was there. The Colts do that. He's a terrific player. He baits guys all the time. That's just why he's good as he is. And he certainly got the rookie on that one. But that play for the Patriots has been bread and butter for them all year and was later in that game. But yeah, you can't afford that touchdown. You can't afford that. That interception. And just for most of the game, or at least the first part of the game, first 3 quarters anyway, Mac looked confused. I mean, they had his number. The second interception, I'll let you go, Bill. The first drive after half, that interception that Mac had, great play by the defender, whoever it was. I mean, great diving interception. But if you watch the play develop, and whoever's on the broadcast said this, Mac didn't know it was man. He thought it was zone
Olsen.
Because his first read, I think it was Jacoby Myers, was open for a 25-yard gain by about a yard. He had by a yard and a half step, and he went to his check. Mac went to his check down early. If he just stayed with it, the man coverage cleared out and left the whole fucking side of the field open. If you go back and watch that play, so he was, he was confused. He was confused, but he did come back in the fourth quarter. So he had some good plays in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, another one. He came across his body one time. I think was it a Myers close to the first down mark. I forget if that was
the Henry. And I know what you're gonna say. You never make that pass,
but he made it. I know. But it's like, as soon as he let it go, I'm watching on the TV, and I'm like, oh no, what are you doing? And then I'm like, okay. But he took a fucking beating on that. So this is why I'm saying that he took a beating on that play, got right back up because he got hit in the head. Remember that was a headshot that he took after he threw that. I mean, the kid's got some balls.
Him make that throw at all this year either. That's not a typical. Like you could tell.
That's why you're scared though, right?
It's not. I'm the opposite, Bill, because I think he can feel what the game needs at that point. Because I thought the same thing. Like you cannot take an incompletion, a safe incompletion, or a sack there. You're down 20 going into the fourth quarter. You gotta do something.
Okay, let me ask you. Out of your ass. So let me ask you this: if he does that, but it's picked off and run for a touchdown, now what are you saying? What the fuck? It's like that play. It's like when he threw it, I'm like, oh no, what are you doing? Yeah, great, you made the play. I mean, he definitely showed balls. That fourth quarter was great. He had great drives. I thought they scored a minute 20 after they got the ball back. Didn't burn a timeout. That was a Hunter Henry second touchdown, which is a fucking doozy. I mean, I thought that the plays were there. I mean, he couldn't get a rhythm in the first half. I think that was a big problem. You had a the Hunter Jonnu Smith screen pass that got called back, right after the touchdown. So that was a 3rd and long. You had Jacoby Myers drop the fucking beauty down the sidelines. So I mean, he was rattled on top of the mistakes. I mean, you can't have it as a rookie quarterback. You can go okay when you have Tom Brady back there, or some of these guys that been in the league that are been in the league for a while that can decipher a defense a little better than the rookie can. So I mean, again, it alludes to you got to be perfect, especially you're playing a decent team. I mean, let's be real. The Colts have been a scary team. We've had them in our top 10 rankings on this show, basically almost 2 weeks now. So I mean, they're no slouch. And Jonathan Taylor's probably number 1 in the league right now, and MVP voting right now. So I mean, you had your chances, and again, you just can't make the mistakes in a close game like that when you're fighting for the number 1 seed. You need to see Mac, a little more out of Mac in the first half.
Raymond, when it comes to Mac Jones, I had this thought. I think the coaching staff all season has been balancing a team that is clearly one of the best in the league and a rookie quarterback, which is rare. You don't generally see that. Where if you had a team that was middling or maybe not going to make the playoffs, you probably just let Mac go out there, try and find a rhythm, work through those mistakes, and eat an L every once in a while. I feel like you can almost feel that in the play calling. Like the McDaniels and Belichick get timid when Mac Jones kind of shows his rookie tendencies, and they go away from him. I think we saw that all the way through until the fourth quarter. Like, they would still try and run the ball. It's like you're down 20. Just let this kid try and get a rhythm. Like, let's just throw the fucking ball. Let him get a rhythm. Because, Ray, he doesn't strike me. I think he's proven to us that he can throw 3 interceptions, but he'll come back there and his mind won't be fucked. He'll still make the right plays and the right throws if he has it within him. So do you think I'm accurate on that? And how will that affect the Patriots moving forward? Do they need to kind of get over that hump and just?
Oh, I think you're very accurate because No, Bill's been saying that for what, 6 weeks of the season. In the beginning of the season, he was pissed off because Mac Jones would never get to throw it in the red zone. It would always be run, 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 check down, and never throw into the end zone. So yeah, it's one of these things that they're trying to ease him in. Like they just took the training wheels off. Now it's week 16 coming up. Now we're letting go, let him ride the bike a little bit more by himself. But it's one of those things where you got to let him go. You got to just be like, hey, you're going to fall a couple of times, but who cares? You're going to get back up and do it again. Just let him fucking go. Just let him go and rip it. He did it in Alabama. He was great. He was a Heisman finalist. Let the fucking kid just fire that ball around the fucking field.
I don't think
bite him in the ass, Ray? Or Bill, are those coaching decisions that we were hard on him for in the red zone? The Tampa Bay game comes to mind, kicking the field goal. Are those decisions now kind of biting them in the ass where you need him to learn from those mistakes and maybe lose you a game here or there? Wouldn't you rather have had him go out in a ball of flames against Brady and learn from it?
All right,
and
so
Nick Folk miss a 63-yarder and then come the Colts game, have a little bit of that to lean back on? That type of thought process, or are they doing the right thing? Are they doing the right thing protecting him in his fragile mental millennial state?
I mean, I think
he's Gen Z. He's got to be Gen Z, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. What is he? 23. So, Jesus Christ. Anyways, I think
be your baby boy, Bill.
Oh, please.
What were you doing at 14,
baby Jesus,
down in Jacksonville?
Oh God, forever, Jesus. Right? Pray to whatever God you pray to for this to happen, please.
Bill found his meal ticket. Mac Jones is Bill's son.
No, but I mean, I think you've done okay to a point. Yeah, it hurt him earlier in the season, but I think the training wheels are off, and I think those Hunter Henry touchdowns are proving it. You're letting him throw. I mean, Hunter Henry's over fucking 9 touchdowns now, and basically 8 of them would come in the red zone. I mean, you found the target, but I mean, again, you're running in with Harrison and Stevenson when you need to inside. I mean, I don't mind him running when you're inside, the 5 a lot, but yeah, when you get inside the 20, let him throw a little bit more, but you're fine. If you're going to lose a game, the Colts games probably want to do it, right? I mean, if you had to lose the winning streak, I mean, let's be real. I mean, I think a lot of pressure on the rookie quarterback. I know he did in Alabama, kind of into the national championship game when they were undefeated. But if you were going to lose a game, this is the one to do it. Now gear up for Buffalo at home. Now you got to now you put some real pressure on yourself. Now let's see if he could fucking respond, because now you need to. Buffalo's for the division next week, boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And honestly, and I don't want to don't sleep on Miami at this point. They're 7-7 and they're playing hot, and Tua is playing good right now. And that game, you better clinch before you get down to Miami, because you don't want to go for a division game winner take all game in Miami. That's a little scary. So
Rich is always clenching, so you don't have to worry about that. Bud.
That's true.
That's why he shit his pants a lot.
Well, sometimes I can't clench all the time, Bill. I sleep. So I've been saying that Miami game has been a clenching thing for weeks now, for months, that'd be a tough game for them. However, I went and looked at a little closer look at the Miami schedule and who they've beaten. Not great.
Well, you don't think the Jets win was a statement win on Sunday?
Not great. It's kind of the dregs of the league.
I know, I'm making fun of you, Bill. They haven't beaten anyone good.
Speaking about the Patriots moving forward, certainly next week is the division.
God, I hate you.
Yeah, he sucks. I
hate you.
Next week's against the Bills.
Me and Rich have been killing you with bad cop going on for like a month now, and
I hate it.
And you just get worse and worse. Like, I'm not stopping now.
Great.
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean it, Raymond. I didn't mean it. Thanks. The Bills game next week. So what do you think of finish it up here? The Patriots moving forward. I have to think they come out with their ass lit on fire against the Bills team that, let's be honest, has looked shaky. All season they've looked shaky. I mean, they went and put some points up against Carolina. Whoop-de-doo. They had the comeback against the Bucks, who just got fucking shut out. I don't know. Like, let's just see what this passing defense has had. I mean, if you're putting the ball in Josh Allen's hand, you got to take it out. You got to let him run the football. At this point, that's a bad running team. I think you're going to see Mac throw, but now the win's not a factor.
Hopefully Harris is back too.
You got to hope so, because I mean, you got to hope you can run the ball. I think now, I thought going into the first Buffalo game that if it was just throw the weather out, I thought Buffalo was going to win at home. Now I just think they got a lot of disrespect. I know their offense is playing good. I thought the Tampa game pretty much, I thought it was going to end them until the Patriots just lost to the Colts. So, I mean, now they got probably a new life. They're clinging to the 7th seed. They're in the playoff seed right now. I mean, this is a fucking big game. Yes, they are. Ravens are out, is the last projection I saw.
They're 8th seed. They're out of the playoffs right now.
I saw the last one I saw was Ravens was out.
Was this when you were incoherent?
No, this was today.
Good point,
well,
Ray.
obviously, because Ravens haven't played yet.
Ravens haven't played. They played the Packers yesterday, bud.
Oh, and they lost, right? Oh, yeah. I did not watch a lick of football yesterday.
Yeah. No, this was all when he was incoherent.
Dude, yesterday, holy
That's the kind of analysis
shit.
you get at the Simple Mind Sports Show. We can't see
you
that.
can't see
Ray.
You can't see that, you fuck.
Hold on.
I know. The last
Doesn't
one I
matter.
saw
We
was the
believe you.
Ravens.
God damn it. Ray,
Are the Ravens out?
No. Go ahead, Richard.
what are the implications if the Patriots lose to the Bills? The
We're
Bills
fucked.
get Bills out of the division
Yeah. Basically, yeah, because
because the Bills have a better division record.
Yeah, because the Patriots will have 2 losses in the division. So then I think that's it for Buffalo. I don't think they play Atlanta and
Jets.
the Jets to finish. So that Jets game, Jets could steal one, but I doubt it. So yeah, you have to beat.
Yeah.
You have to win. You have to beat Buffalo at home. You have to hold strong, sweep Buffalo, and that basically ends it. Unless because that basically ends it. That puts you 2 games up. There's no matter, you can lose that Miami game in the way end. You're still just gonna go for seeding at that point. So basically, Patriots, all they have to do is beat Buffalo.
Okay,
Patriots
you
are 3-1
finish
in the division, and Bills are 3-1 in division right now. So,
and I
Yeah,
believe
you
the
need
Patriots
this.
are very small early favorites in that game.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 1.5. Honestly,
I think it was something like that. Let me just give you the Chiefs' schedule. The Chiefs' remaining schedule is a chore. It's a fucking chore. This is why my opening take was the Patriots will be in first place in the AFC when all is said and done. I'll grant you there's a question mark with the Bills game now. If
2.5 point favorites for the Patriots right now.
2. That's going to go down. I wouldn't be surprised if it's closer to 1.
if the Patriots can score 24 points, they will win. That's the only question mark on this team right now. That's the only question mark on this team right now.
What do we got for the Chiefs?
Even in the Colts, I mean, they lost 27-17. The defense gave up 20 points. And they're not going to give up more than 20 points, I don't think, against almost anybody in the league. Chiefs remaining schedule, you got the Steelers
Loss
in Arrowhead. You got the Bengals. Oh, I don't know what these are, if these are home away. Yeah, Steelers are at Chiefs.
Fuck.
That's
They
a
had
loss.
the
Though.
Patriots fucking had it right
Chiefs
there.
are at Cincinnati,
Loss.
They finished
and then
there.
Chiefs are at Denver.
Ooh.
I
Denver
mean, there's
doesn't have a
fucking
quarterback.
2 wins in. There's 2 losses in there for the Chiefs. So this is what I mean. The AFC is still open enough. If the Patriots can take care of business, cliche, against the Bills, then
Jacksonville and Miami. You got
and Bill, you know my Venmo.
You know mine, bitch tits. I didn't mean that. Sorry, Ray. Rich, I didn't mean that.
It's okay, baby.
It was directed at Ray.
Ray, do you want to? I know you were watching the game. That's why you're terribly quiet. Do you want to give us that finish of the Browns Raiders game?
Oh, is it finished now? I'm not watching it.
You
No,
weren't?
it's 14-13.
Oh, I
Is
don't
it
know.
Ray Asselin on?
No wrestling. Fuck
I
you,
just-
Bill. You watch fake sports too, just like I do, you little dank.
I just
What?
got the.
The Raiders won 16-14. Holy shit.
I just got some update that the Browns absolutely blew it in classic Browns fashion. So I thought you were watching the game. Well, why don't you do this then, Raymond? That's enough Patriots talk for now. Why don't we kick it over to headlines with the obvious one?
Thank you, Richard. The Patriots got punked at Indy. They lose 27-17 and forfeit the number 1 seed to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Patriots land in the 2nd seed after the Titans did them a favor, losing to Pittsburgh. The Bills are next up in a rematch that will most likely decide the AFC East. The Celtics finally failed to blow a lead versus the Knicks on Saturday night, winning 114 to 107. Jason Tatum filled the stat sheet like Bill fills Rich's mother with 25 points, 9 rebounds.
That's not the copy, Ray.
Ray Stradamus says they will lose tonight against the 76ers.
That's not the copy, Raymond. That's not the copy.
Closer to Richard's belly full of Ookie cookies.
God damn it, Raymond.
COVID continues to run rampant across sports. The NFL postponed games to Monday and Tuesday. The NHL has pushed their schedule beyond Christmas, including shutting down cross-border games with the My Beloved. I didn't catch that one. And once you notice, as soon as the Nets let Kyrie in the door, he gives KD the vid. This has been headlines with the obvious one. Back to you, Richard. The fucking French tickler one, or French motherland, and wouldn't you know it.
Give you a little tongue twister there. I don't, stop substituting my name. If you're gonna substitute name, substitute Bill's name. God damn it.
I don't have the Ookie Cookie with Bill. It's you.
That's true.
Raiders with the walk-off.
The NHL has canceled all
games. Yeah,
Ray's beautiful, beloved motherland, French motherland of Canada.
All the NHL players aren't going to the Olympics either. Smart.
Yep.
Yeah, you're over there you test positive, you're over there 3 to 5 weeks at minimum, and who knows, those weird communist bastards over there in China, you might never get out. We don't know what happened to him. Did you hear about? Did we ever talk about this? The gymnast over there that accused one of the high-ranking.
We can get into it in the after show. Let's quickly just a 1 minute Celtics minute here. Give them a little bit of shine. They beat the Knicks 114-107 on Saturday, which Ray watched instead of the Patriots. The COVID Celtics came out victorious. Josh Richardson, in between his COVID stints, he was on the COVID list. Came back for this game, dropped 27 points in a win. Now he's back on the COVID list. Peyton Pritchard got his chance with Schroeder out as well, dropping 16 points. Ray, can he be your backup point guard?
Yes.
And make Schroeder
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I like Peyton Pritchard when he has the opportunity to go in there. He can drive, he can shoot, he can create his own shot. I would absolutely love him to be the backup point guard on this team.
You need a guy that can shoot from the corner, right? You need a guy that Tatum can pass to when he's double teamed. And I mean, at least he can handle the ball better than Schroeder. Schroeder, I feel like, is more of the drive to the hole type point guard, where you have Pritchard could kind of do it all for me. Stand behind the arc. He could pass it, especially to Tatum, and get the ball to Brown, especially when they're open. I just think cheap money too. You can kind of dump Schroeder, get some assets back. I mean, he's going to be there for kind of long term. And you saw some potential last year. And I know it was in a blowout. Was it a Portland game or something? He dropped, or whatever game they lost. He dropped 16 points in like 5 minutes or whatever it fucking was.
Yeah.
So I mean,
when you see the potential. Remember, he scored 92 in a pro-am.
Yeah. No big deal. 2-2.
No big deal. Sorry to cut you off, Bill. I agree with you. For more reasons that Pritchard can do what Schroeder can do. Schroeder's not a point guard. He's not a point
he's more of an undersized shooting guard.
He's a scorer.
Wasn't Steph Curry? Steph Curry was a shooting guard,
three.
Wasn't he, when he came in?
Steph Curry was not the distributor that he became in the NBA. He was a shoot first point guard, which is technically in
like a Trae Young
historical point of things, a shooting guard. Yes. Peyton Pritchard is more of a traditional type of point guard, but now everybody has to shoot if you play that position. So, and guess what? Dennis Schroeder can't. You see him shoot threes, he freaking stinks. So
cut your hair, bleach it, do something. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I don't mind.
I don't understand it.
It's a birthmark.
What is it?
Oh, he's good. He plays hard, but he's looking for
I thought he did that shit on purpose.
I think you can get something back for Schroeder, and Pritchard can be enough for you off the bench there. And then I just wanted to touch on this. The Warriors game, they lost by 4. And wouldn't you know it, at halftime, Steph Curry was shooting a 3-quarter shot, and Marcus Smart fouled him like a freaking moron.
At half court?
No, it was 3-quarter.
Oh.
Which Steph probably still would have made. But it was 3 quarters. Marcus Smart fouled him. They called it a flagrant because he got in his airspace, which is one of the dumbest rules the NBA has. Steph went and hit 4 free throws after the Celtics made a comeback to get within 10 after being down 19, and then they dropped back down to 14 to go into half. Players call it a gut punch. Marcus Smart making winning plays yet again. Trade his fucking ass. Trade his ass.
Speaking of trading asses,
Is this
real
why
quick,
you were yelling at me? Was it Friday night?
Yeah, I sent the text. Marcus Smart, winning plays or whatever I said.
And then you guys were yelling.
Yeah, because Ray didn't.
I
watch the
just
game,
said,
and
well,
then
and
he
I said,
something
fuck the Celtics. And then you start yelling at me. I'm like, ooh, bye,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. Well, that was after 10 hours on the road. I was a little jumpy. Ray,
Quickly,
That was after 10 Jaeger.
Shut the fuck up.
Irish car bombs.
Shut the fuck up. No one cares about you. Quickly,
your mother
Robert
does.
Williams decided not to play tonight after Al Horford went to COVID protocol because of personal reasons. A big game like this, get this guy off the fucking team.
What if he's starting not feeling good and he's just fucking, dude, you never know. I mean, it's hitting. They have to sign guys.
It says personal reasons. It doesn't say because of illness. It says personal reasons.
I'm out on Rob. I'm not out on Robert Williams, but you should be moving him.
And Marcus Smart, package them both.
Yep.
Get them fuck
Yep,
out of here.
absolutely.
Even though I love Robert Williams, but you can get
player,
it. He's an asset.
The guy that there's always something going on with him.
Always something.
Get him out of here. All right, boys, that'll
like
do
that.
it for this evening. Stay tuned for the after show. We got a couple of lingering thoughts, I think. But other than that, there's been the Simple Minds Sports Show, Fat Tuesday edition, December
21st.
21st.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The Chinese tennis player.
Yeah, accused the guy of like a Chinese official of sexual assault, and then disappeared right away. And no one knew where she knew where she was, and then they paraded her out one day and said, "Hey, here she is," and no one's seen her since. This is that fucking
She's back in the dungeon.
That weird ass communist government. It is amazing we still do fucking any business with them. I know cheap shit comes from China, but still.
Don't ever get rid of my Wuhan distributor, please.
It's not even. Yeah. I mean, so I've been doing a little bit of research on the China shit. China has a shit ton of economy invested in the United States. China and the United States are intertwined.
Two of the richest countries in the world, but they still live in poverty.
They can't break away from each other. It just will never happen. But yeah, the fact that we're still they're committing fucking genocide and they're the biggest
that thing was crazy.
They have,
which was Shanghai, right? It was all the Shanghai shit.
Not Shanghai. It's I don't know. It's something.
But was that Shanghai was protesting, right? Was that what all those protesting was? It was basically
Hong Kong was protesting.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
For their independence.
Okay.
And that's when the Rockets GM got slapped on the wrist, and then LeBron supported China, and now Enes Kanter Freedom is calling LeBron out for supporting China and the whole
being a bitch to LeBron's face.
Yeah,
dude, there's an awesome South Park about that.
Be an interesting recently. Olympics with COVID and all of these things going down. It could be we could get some fireworks at the Olympics.
Oh, we're one of the biggest covers, the sports covers that we do is our Olympic coverage.
That's right. Yeah. We do the Olympics pretty
and
well.
China's got like the biggest gambling hub in the world. And they make so much fucking money.
But anyway, yeah, this tennis star, she goes missing. And then the Women's Tennis Association or WTA, whatever, WTFA, I forget what it's called.
Women's Tennis Association.
They
WTP.
Women's Tennis Professional.
PA.
I forget.
No, it's WTA.
I think it's WTA, Women's Tennis Association. They pulled all their tournaments out of China. And then they finally produced the girl. I forget her name, and I couldn't pronounce it if I did. But they produce her on a monitored phone call with like 6 Chinese officials around her, couldn't talk, and then basically, no one's seen her since. And I guess
it's like a weekend at Bernie's.
Have you heard this, Ray?
Kamala is not going to China, so that's
never heard
that's
this?
Good for them. They're not sending diplomats.
Dude, this is
over.
fucking.
You don't know that story, Ray?
Ooh, I'll send you up after.
I'll send you a good listen. I'll send you a good listen.
Please do.
Rich, why are we world news? I try to get home for world news.
Ray doesn't intertwine politics with sports. Ray, Bill.
What do you watch for news?
WNBR.
No, ABC Nightly News.
Snow's gonna hit.
ABC Nightly News with what's the fucking guy's name?
George Stephanopoulos.
He looks like Brian
David
Sullivan.
Muir.
Yeah, David Muir.
I don't believe you.
Okay. Thank you, Irene.
Thank you, Irene.
Do I sound like shit before we get started?
Gentlemen.
Like your audio or
Yeah, my audio. Sorry.
your face?
No, you sound you sound better, but your face sounds like shit.
Yeah, your face sucks.
How does a face sound like shit?
Bill, how you doing?
Idiot.
Good. How are you, Rich?
I'm good.
I fucking hate you fucking both. God damn it.
On location, undisclosed. Can't talk about it, but here I am.
Ooh, the rifle can reach you now, motherfucker. You better watch your tone.
I don't know. How does it handle winds? You don't have a boat. You're not a fucking captain.
He's got a dinghy. Leave him alone.
I'll figure it out.
I got a dinghy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like this lighting. It makes my
calls your penis.
That's what everyone calls my penis because it's little. I don't like my lighting because it makes my already leprechaun face look more red than it is. But so be it.
I was gonna say, did you get sunburned?
It's weird seeing you not in sunglasses. Not sunglasses, like glasses that you wear.
Yeah, sorry. I can't see you at all.
Sunglasses? What a fucking idiot.
Good one, Ray. I just can't see anything.
So. I hate this Holocaust-looking motherfucker.
Ray, really you have been on such a fucking tear. You've been so mean ever since you that bet ended where you couldn't be mean to me for 3 weeks. You've just been the meanest little boy to me anyone could ever ask for.
I haven't been mean to you at all.
At Christmas, nonetheless.
What?
Oh, nothing. Your eyes. Never mind. I was just
Look
staring.
At your eyes. You looking at yourself?
Yeah. Bill, we got another hour and a half to go here.
Game on.
Well, Ray and I have another hour and a half to go.
Just turn the hat backwards.
It's been a drinking since Thursday night kind of weekend.
Did you work today?
Yeah. I left a little early. got a haircut.
How low did you cut it?
Yeah, let's see it.
Nope, not quite there yet.
It's not going to 0. You said 8th grade. I've had the same haircut forever.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
You even backed me up on that, Richard.
Bullshit. I said the worst part about this is I have to shave my head.
8th grade. Look.
I gotta get the yearbooks out.
Yeah.
He definitely had a shaved head in 8th grade.
Definitely. He was into all that Nazi
Either way,
stuff.
this is about as low as you're getting.
No, that's not the deal.
The beard's going.
Nope.
No, the beard and the hair is going.
Pick the beard, shave the head. That's the bet.
I'll let you do the 1. I'll let you do a 1. I'll let you do a 1, not a 0.
On the head?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
I'll let you do a 1.
civilized.
Yeah, that's a 1. I'll give you a 1.
Hey, you still could win, Bill. You're really digging yourself a hole here.
Fuck you. See?
If Ray's math comes true here, you're basically beating me already.
He was making a comeback.
Yeah,
fuck you, Ray.
I've already said goodbye. I got him trimmed the one last time.
You gonna put those hairs in a fucking baggie with all the pussy that you?
Dude, I'll have
literally
week and a half.
He's gonna drop them in his drawers to fill up that patchy pube situation you got going on.
Yeah, I shave my pubes off, so I don't have to worry about that shit.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have crabs.
So finally, the carpet.
Especially on grooming day when it's skin on skin with Ray's mom.
Merry Christmas.